If you're not consistently hitting $10,000 a month with your online coaching business, you don't necessarily have a business problem, you have a volume problem. And in this video, I'll show you the exact golden $10,000 a month duo that has helped me and my clients solve this problem forever, as you can see over here and over here. For those who don't yet know me, my name is Jay and I've consistently helped online coaches scale past $10,000 a month with my own simplified acquisition infrastructure. So the thing that the majority of the business owners really get wrong is that they simply think they are doing enough volume, but they really are not. Because a massive problem is that you think if you just create one piece of content every single day, then you're going to magically succeed. But realistically, from speaking to $100,000 a month entrepreneurs, billionaires in this space, they're doing so much more than you think, and they are realistically more working so much harder. And one of my friends, he went out to a place, I'm not exactly sure what specific place, but he was surrounding himself with $1 million entrepreneurs. And he told me, bro, they're doing so much more work than I think. There's nothing different about them other than the fact that they're just putting in more work. And then it clicked in me. People who are more successful are literally working harder than you are. And you think you're working hard, but if you compare yourself to the people at the top in terms of the inputs, you will see that you're so much behind. But that is not a problem because you can still catch up. You just have to do as much as humanly possible. Like, for example, if you're posting one or two pieces of content every single day, and I would say to you, that your competitor is posting 50 pieces of content every single day, you would go absolutely crazy. Like, how is that possible? How can people post 50 pieces of content every single day? And then they simply have a system to making that happen. And I'm going to also teach you that exact system because I have been posting more and more of my own content as well. However, the first question is, why is volume so important? Why does volume actually contribute so much to the growth of your business? Well, first of all, nobody knows who you are, and that is one of the reasons you're not making 10K a month or higher than that, because nobody really knows who you are. You're not in front of everybody. You're not making enough content. You're not advertising enough. You're not doing enough outreach. And this makes sense because if you're not presenting yourself as much as possible in people's faces that they quite literally get sick of you, then you're not doing enough. And on top of that, you just need to show yourself more and more and more. Get yourself in people's faces. And on top of that, you can do as many actions as possible. You can focus on as much volume as you can. But if you're missing the critical part of iteration and consistently improving and adjusting the things that you are doing in your business, if you're missing that, then it doesn't matter what you do, how much you do, you're not going to see results. Let's say, for example, you've been posting every single day for a year straight and you're still not seeing results. You have the consistency, you have the effort, but you're missing the iteration part because every single week you should be looking at each one of your videos and figure out, okay, which one of these videos is slightly better than the average one, and you just focus on that. Figure out what exact hook you used, what exact topic you talked about, how you presented yourself, and then you take that exact style and you just copy it over and over. You just change a few things so you can start improving more and more and more. And that is a massive problem that I see happening with a lot of entrepreneurs. Like, the majority of them don't even stay consistent in the first place. However, from the people who do actually stay consistent, they aren't putting in any effort into iteration. And that is a massive problem. Now, with that being said, what exactly is this golden $10,000 a month duo that I talked about in the beginning of the video? It is extremely simple. And this has focused all of my problems, all of my clients' problems when it comes to making 10K a month, because majority of the time it's a volume problem. You're not showing yourself enough. So the two primary things that you should be doing are cold outreach and making content. Those are the only two things you should be focusing on. And You probably have a very common misconception, which is I need to work on my product. I need to work on my product first so I can make the product as best as possible. But a problem is you don't have client feedback. You don't have clients to actually improve on that product. So what you should be doing first is making sure you can acquire clients. So from that, you can start working on the product and actually get proper feedback from your client. And the reason I'm saying this is because those two things I focused on, those two things I'm talking about, the content and the cold outreach, those are the only things you should be doing in order to scale your business. Now, what you can also do is look into advertisements if you can invest into that. Now, with that being said, what exactly should be doing with those actions? And it is really simple. However, before I start talking about what exactly you should be doing, you're probably gonna have the limiting belief of it's gonna be so much work, I'm going to burn out, etc., etc. You just feel like that it is so much work and you're never going to complete it. And that makes a lot of sense. However, what I'm going to teach you is going to be incredibly simple and incredibly straightforward in order for you to actually be able to complete those tasks. So, first of all, how to make this incredibly simple. So you know that the things you need to focus on are creating content and doing outreach, right? Simple. Now, what you should be doing is batching all of your content for the week that you want to create, whether it's your Instagram, your YouTube, your, I don't know, just any piece of content you're trying to create. Make sure you are batching that up. You are batching your thumbnail creation, you're batching your scripting, you're batching your hooks, you're batching your recording sessions. Like that is going to be the best things for you. And on top of that, make sure you have a routine for your outreach because you can do some outreach here, some outreach there, there, and there. However, if you just have a routine and you're focused on doing 25 or 50 outreaches in that routine, that is going to get you so much more progress than if you just randomly gather your cold outreach through the day. Now, the final thing is just plan your week accordingly. Make sure you have your minimum standards for the week and then put them in every single day and then apply those other two principles that I just spoke about. All right. Let's get through some actionable steps because I want to make sure you can actually take action on this stuff and make sure you're going to actually see significant results. So the first thing is you want to be making at least 3 reels every single day on either Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Short, or you just repost them on those platforms. On top of that, 1 YouTube video every single day because this is going to help you attract more people, get them into your ecosystem, and start nurturing them more and more. Then 5 written posts every single day, whether this is on school, on Twitter, it really doesn't matter. You want to show yourself on those platforms as well, because there might be a small chunk of your qualified leads that are on those platforms. So you might as well also leverage those platforms. And then on top of that, 50 to 100 outreaches every single day. So make sure you have a proper routine for your outreach, your lead scraping, and things like that. Then on top of that, making sure you are tracking every single metric that you have, whether that is the amount of content you created, the amount of outreaches you send, the replies you got, the likes you got, the views you got, the replies you got, all of that stuff. Make sure you are tracking that because something that is tracked can be improved. And then on top of that, make sure you are networking with at least 20 people every single day. So you just figure out how you can get in contact with high level people you can network with, because this is going to give you such new perspectives. So this can either mean invest into an inner circle so you can start networking with higher level people, or you can just follow people on Instagram or social media in general. But it's very important that you really start networking with a lot of people. And then what you want to be doing as well is do 1 hour of niche market research every single day, because this is going to allow you to be fully caught up with the things that are happening in your market, the problems that people have, the solutions that they are looking for, and how you can really start positioning yourself in a way that feels interesting to the market. And the final piece of the puzzle is 1 hour of educational content every single day, because it is really important that you're at least learning one thing every single day. So if you need help really systemizing all of this stuff, then just follow me on Instagram and DM me the word system, and we're going to make it incredibly easy for you to hit at least 10K a month. Okay, that is everything I have, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, have a good one.